Judicial directive detected. Information suppression initiated. Federal involvement classified.
Judge Beverly Cannone ruled that the jury cannot be informed that ARCA, the crash reconstruction firm, whose expert testified that Karen Reed's SUV damage is inconsistent with hitting John O'Keefe, was originally hired by the FBI, not the defense. This means the jury hears this expert testimony, but is led to believe it is biased because they think the defense paid for it. In reality, it was the federal government seeking the truth. Why hide that? Why suppress the fact that a federal agency is questioning the state's narrative? This isn't just a trial. This is to control the narrative. I wanted to do a deep dive and see the additional questionable rulings she has done as watching this trial, as some of her outcomes of sustaining stuff that absolutely you cannot do in a case like a prosecution leading the witness. But let's overrule that. So obviously the first one is her overruling defense objections. Judge Cannone has consistently overruled defense objections. Even when the prosecution's questions appeared to lead witnesses or introduce speculative testimony. Admission of late evidence. They have to keep conjuring up new evidence because they don't have enough to convict her. So they're like, oh shit, we need to do this. She allowed the prosecution to introduce new evidence late in the trial, such as an amended forensic report, without granting the defense adequate time to review and respond, raising concerns about fairness. Her denial of mistrial request, which we all know because of the state of this case, they're not gonna grant a mistrial with prejudice. So even though there's been damning amounts where it probably should be. Despite the defense's arguments that certain prosecution tactics, as we've seen, like introducing previously undisclosed DNA evidence.
Like, it's not from a dog, it's from a pig.
Okay, well, dog eats pig treats, so there's that. Restricting defense witnesses. She imposes limitations on defense expert witnesses, including ordering the defense to disclose communications and billing information related to their crash reconstruction experts, potentially undermining the defense strategy. And then obviously the nice buffer zone for protesters. Judge Cannone initially enforced a buffer zone, restricting protesters supporting Karen Reed from demonstrating near the courthouse, which was later challenged and overturned on First Amendment grounds.
Information suppression detected. ARCA's Federal Commission concealed from jury. Potential bias misattributed to defense funding. Jury's perception manipulated through omission.
When the truth threatens the prosecution's case, the solution shouldn't be to hide it from the jury. Justice demands transparency, not selective storytelling. This isn't about evidence anymore. It's about control. And every omission is a pattern interrupted. Please comment what other stuff you have seen that Judge Cannone is doing that's very questionable to this case in favor of the prosecution.